Hello, beautiful souls. Thanks for pulling up a chair. I've got another real life experience that I experienced this week in a reading I did for a fellow student. Remember, I am on a year-long course journey here with the Shift Network, and I'm I wondered, could you become a medium if you didn't think you were born one? And so the answer is yes. Okay, so yes, and this experience with my fellow student brought forth a very interesting first time for me. I connected immediately with somebody who presented with the feel of a grandmother. She was heavy set, short, and we were immediately in the kitchen. Now, we're told, like, stop keeping grandma in the kitchen because, they've had a full life. So I said to my sitter, like, yeah, I know we're not supposed to always be in the kitchen, but we're in the kitchen. So I asked the communicator, the person in spirit world, where else would you like to bring me? Where else? And so she brought me into the dining room. So we went into the dining room and she's showing me the placemats and she's showing me the silver and how she's designed or decorated the table. So I got a sense, very strong sense, that she really loved not to entertain necessarily, but to have her family gathered around. And she was very proud of her table. And so and it was fascinating because okay, now we have a dining room table, so I felt like okay, we are definitely in a house here. And then she brought me into the basement, and I was like, oh, she's bringing me downstairs. There's canning going on and bottling. You know how they take their fruits and vegetables and they canned it. Well, that's what she had done, and so she was very proud. Once again, this is about family. This is about helping, no, not helping, this is about her re- projecting to me in a way I can receive that this was an important aspect of her life, taking care of her family. And I also didn't get a strong sense of a husband. I said, I'm not getting a sense of a husband. I'm not getting a strong sense here. The house was hers. She was in charge of taking care of the family, maybe holidays, maybe events, but this was super important to her. But wait, it doesn't stop there. She then takes me outside and she shows me her garden. It was so exciting to go on this. I think we call it a mind journey. We are in and we are going through her house, and she takes me into the garden. Now, what's really lovely about this, and again, I'm getting chills about just talking about it, is when I first started the connection, there were two women, and I knew that that might be a possibility. It never happened with me before. And so I asked one of the women to step back and so I could just connect with one. And so we did, which was this grandmother type figure. We go through the house, we go through the dining room, we go down the stairs into the basement, we see the canning, we go out the door, out the back, we see the garden, and then we come back in and we go back up the same way we came. We go up the stairs, we go through the dining room, and we're back in the kitchen. And guess what? She makes me a cup of coffee. It was so cool because I love coffee. Anybody who knows me knows I love coffee. So we're sitting there having a wonderful cup of coffee, and she invites the second woman in. And I said, the second woman feels like her daughter, much younger. She's wearing like a house coat. She's not tight fitted. It's kind of loose, like they did back then, walking around in house slippers. And my sitter's going, yeah, yeah, yeah. So the three of us are enjoying a cup of coffee at the table. It was like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. I mean, I love to do this in real life. This is where this is where we commune, right? This is where we converse. And then I got this feeling in my throat. And I said to my sitter, I'm feeling something here. And I'm learning what these symbols are and what these uh, uh, different feelings are. Because this is called clairsentience. I'm now bringing in feeling in my body. I said, I feel a little bit nauseous. And I'm feeling something here. And I don't know if she's sad. I don't know what's going on. And my sitter later called me afterwards and said, guess what? You did a really good job because that was my aunt, and she ended up having a tracheotomy. Wasn't that wild? So this is real. This is connection. Now I'm still learning to hear the messages that they want to convey. And sometimes clairvoyant doesn't necessarily mean seeing. I could actually see a word, and that would be clairvoyant, right? So you would think that would be clairaudient. I'm not hearing yet. I'm seeing. And I haven't yet seen words. I have once or twice, but not mostly I'm clairsentient. I can feel things. I can feel when they're here. I can feel if there's a sickness. I actually felt there was something in the throat. I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to identify it. So this is what the training is about, and practicing is super important so that we can keep experiencing different things, because what I'm learning is that people on the other side are wanting to connect with people here just as much as we want to connect with people there. I love you. Thanks for pulling up a chair. We'll see you in the next video.